So far, we've only been looking at two numbers at a time. If there are more than two, we can just break it up and do one operation at a time. So in this example, we can just look at this 2 plus 4 component, which is 6. And then we still have our minus 1 left. And 6 minus 1 gives us 5. So how about something like this? Just like in our last example, let's break this up and focus on just the -3 minus 2 piece here. Remember, we said that for positive numbers, we don't typically write the sign in front, but if it helps, we can write it in anyway. So this is the same thing as -3 minus a positive 2. And we can use our car visualization again. So we are starting at -3. The car is in reverse mode because we're subtracting. The sign next to the number is positive, so the car is facing in the right or positive direction. And we'll be moving 2 steps. So if we move 2 steps backwards, we'll end up at -5. And so this component here is equal to -5. So now we're at -5. The next component is plus a -4. So now the car is in forward mode since we are adding, but the sign on the number is now negative. So the car needs to be facing left now. So we have to flip our car. And we'll move 4 units now to the left. So if we do that, we'll end up at -9. And so this component now, -5 plus -4 is -9. And then the last step is to subtract a -10. The car is back in reverse mode, but since the sign next to the number is still negative, we're still facing in the left or negative direction, so we're still good here. And we'll be moving backwards 10 units to get to our final destination. All the way here to +1. And so this whole thing ends up being 1. Now let's do the same example, but without the car visual. Eventually, this is how you will be doing it once you get the hang of it. So -3 minus 2, that's a -5. And then we're adding a -4, which is the same as subtracting 4. And then we're subtracting a -10. And 2 negatives make a positive, so it's the same as adding 10. So now we have -5 minus 4, which is -9, plus 10 equals 1 as our final answer.